Yeah, and now this risk and compliance space, especially with AI, is getting
Mhm,
complicated. It's a space where the stakes are super high for getting it wrong, right?
mhm,
You get regulatory penalties, legal
mhm,
exposure, and
mhm,
worst is like reputational damage. That raises the bar for AI, I think, significantly.
mhm.
What does good enough AI look like in that context versus kind of consumer AI?
I think you have to think about it in multiple different types of interfaces. So, in my personal view, all AI, well, not all AI, but all frontier AI today can deliver value. You think about like sort of the way we think about it at Optro is assistive AI, co-pilot, and agentic or autonomous agent AI. And so in each of those, we bucket them. You know, we require a certain quality and performance threshold. And so if it's purely say assistive, so for example, like you just want to have a quick, like redraft of a particular type of description or a particular piece of text where you say, hey, I want to change it from the first person to the third person. I wanted to make it slightly shorter, slightly more formal. The bar there's pretty low because you're still there 100% of the time and the changes are very minor. Then you get into co-pilots. Co-pilots are where like it's sort of like working aside you, but you're still there 100% of the time, but it's trying to perform something, like actually perform a task sort of independently, just alongside of you. The quality threshold there is still, it's still not, it doesn't need to be like 99%. But the quality thresholds, they are significantly higher because if the performance is say like, hey, 50% right, your user's better off just doing it themselves. And so when we think about this is like something as simple as, sampling is something that's pretty common in audit workflows. And so sampling, could be actually, it's agentic for us, but the example here would be like, hey, you have 10,000 rows of a general ledger and you need to sample things according to a specific methodology. And so the specific methodologies can get sort of brittle depending on you go beyond random sampling. And so, we have a co-pilot experience that says, okay, this is how we interpret it. This is the sampling. Come back, like the results are returned. Is this the what we call it? Like does that work for you? If not, then let's let's edit it in some way.
Yeah.
And then you get into agentic technologies, sort of agentic AI, in which you want things to be pretty high. But going back to sort of your actual question here, uh, good enough here for us. One of the ironclad rules we have is nothing gets entered into a system of record without human review. So at the end of the day, everything sort of goes through a person. We just want the person to go more and more towards the beginning, more towards the end of the process.